Hello, the name of our project is the Malambing Liquor Self-Checkout System Program. My name is Ronald Romason de Villarroel, and today I'll be showing you our IMRAD abstract. The researcher will design a software for a self-checkout system utilizing the C++ language, computer language. The program designate target is the liquor shop, since in our experience, the majority of stores do not adhere to COVID-19 prevention measures. In addition, one of the objectives of our program is to facilitate the streamlining of business operation. As I mentioned, some of the stores we visit, such as San Jose Palenque Winehouse, had an unpleasant environment. However, our program will not offer the same service conventional self-checkout machines, as it will only automatically calculate the total amount of the consumer's purchase and display the menu list and prices of the alcoholic beverage to assist customer without causing the discomfort. On the other hand, the program will determine the effectiveness and convenience of the increasing the organization and efficiency level when it comes to ordering and billing control of the business operations. And it assesses all sorts of advantage and disadvantage of the program. The flowchart is the next section we'll discuss by Sai Marie Villarreal.
Hello, this is the flow chart for the program. In the first part of the program, it will display the menu list and ask the user to input their orders. Let's say I'm the customer and I want to input and I want to buy gin, then I must input letter G variable. And the program will ask how many items would you like to buy? Let's say one bottle of gin. Then if the customer wish to add the items to the cart, the program will automatically calculates the total amount they purchase. If they wish to check out items and the cart is empty, the program will display no items in the cart and please try again. And if the customer wish to add more bottles such as Black Label, yan. How many items would you like to buy? Kunwari, gusto ng customer, dalawang bottles ng Black Label. Tapos, naisipan niya, wala pala siyang pera. So, kailangan niya mag-remove ng isang item sa cart. Ganito yung magiging process ng flow. Diba, nag-check out na ng Black Label. How many items you'd like to buy to? Do you want to add the items to the cart? Nagdalawang isip yung customer na huwag ilagay sa cart kasi wala na siyang pera. No. Do you want to bring back the item to the cart? No. Do you want to remove items? Yes. Then, the program will ask the customer how many items you wish to remove. Only one. So yun, sa cart meron na tayong isang gin tapos isang Black Label. Then if the customer wish to check out items, the program will ask if the cart is empty and no, it will display the total amount of items. Gin has 111.25 pesos and the Black Label is 1,250.99 pesos. The total amount of 1,362.24 pesos. And the customer must input their bayad or the total amount or cash they have. The program will check their bayad if they have sufficient amount. However, if they have insufficient amount, it will restart the program and will go to the menu list. Moving on, if their bayad is greater than or equal to total, the program will calculate the change or the sukli is equals bayad minus total. And the last part of the program will display the billing receipt, which display the list of items in the cart and the total amount and the change. And that's the end of the program. And here's Vincent Russell Mendoza to explain the features for the program.
And here is the highlights of the program. We use two libraries, which is include IO stream, which stands for the input-output stream, in which this header file contains the definition of objects like C in and C out. We also use include stdio.h to use printf in our struct, in which it will perform a pointer that holds the value of the address record of the cashier number of the program. The arrow operator is used to access members of a structure through a pointer. We use void for the formatting of the receipt, void receipt top is for the top text of the receipt, and void receipt bot is for the bottom text of the receipt. We car, cart, choice, edit to car variables declaration for user input, and on our line 327, we car item name in which we use to DRIs to store the 5 items and 50 for the character strings. We in additions, subtractions, quantity, and float subtotal equals 0, total equals 0, bayad, sukli, for the calculation purposes. Moving on, we use arrays to declare the prices of the alcoholic beverages. The 5 means the price can hold 5 elements, such as price 0 for 111.25 pesos, price 1 for 1,440.99 pesos, and so on. And on items 50 and quantities 50 is for the receipt because it will have to store the data of items that are added in the cart. Furthermore, as you can see, we initially value as -1 because if we use like 0 in initial value, there are some errors encountered regarding on the receipt. G if the user wish to buy gin. And as you can see, we use while cin.fail is to check if the stream has raised any fail error regarding if data type is same as the variable of the inputted. Moreover, it is connected to cinclear and cinignore 256 \n, wherein it is responsible to ignore and clear the cin until it gets the correct integer. And moving on to the operations of our program, subtotal plus equals price 0 times quantity is for the shorthand for the subtotal equals subtotal plus price times quantity, and it automatically store the new value to the subtotal after operation has fully processed. The operation below is same as that I have mentioned, but the difference is that if the void order gene, it will ask the user to subtract on how many items do you want to subtract, and to total it to the subtotal and store a new value for the subtotal. While the bring back, it will just operate to the subtotal equals subtotal because the program is asking if the user wants to bring back the inputted items on the card that they have selected. Total plus equals subtotal, items counter equals 0, quantities counter equals quantity is designated for the receipt if the orders in one menu is complete, wherein it will automatically store the new value for the receipt if they check out and printed the receipt using the cout item names, items I, quantities I. X checkout is for the checking out of the selected item. If total equals 0 means if user wants to check out but there are no items in the cart. As you can see, we use counter equals 1 because if we don't change this, the value of choice is X, it will automatically cancel the loop. We are encountering problems in choice X regarding on the receipt because if we X and there are no items in the cart, it will print a random variable, so we use solution that is counter minus minus to minus the value of X, and it will not display in the receipt. Cout total amount to display the total amount. Sin bayad, the user is asked to enter the amount of money they intend to pay. If bayad is greater than equals total, if they have sufficient cash to pay. Supli equals bayad minus total is to calculate the change. Cout total, cout amount paid, cout change to output total values of items, output amount paid, and output change. If the payment is insufficient, it will automatically goes to the main menu list. If the user inputted wrong variable, this will display. Invalid input, please try again. While the choice exclamation mark equals X, it is like a break in which it will end the loop of the program. And counter plus plus will add the selected items that are stored in the cart. And here is AJ Salanga to demo the Malambing's program.
Hello, I am AJ Salanga and I will be showing you the Malambing Liquor Shop self-checkout system program. So these are the codes of the program. So let's execute it and run. As you can see, it shows the list of the products we sell. We'll now proceed on how it is processed. First, we need to input X. If we check out without inputting any items, it will notify us that there are no items in the cart and please try again. But if we entered an item, for example, let's buy gin 700 ml. We need to input the letter that is indicated in the description. So let's input G. Then it will ask us on how many would we like to buy. We can enter any number. Let's input 3. It will automatically compute the subtotal of the number items we are buying as indicated in the program. It will ask us if we want to add gin to the cart. So let's choose buy. Yes. And it will be added to the cart on this session. We can also add more items into the cart by picking again any item that we desired. For example, let's input J, Jose, Verbo. So how many would you like to buy? Let's input 2. Again, it automatically computed the item we will be buying as the same as the previous order. So for this example, if we don't want to add Jose Cuervo in our orders, we can remove it by choosing N. As a result, it will ask us if we want to bring back Jose Cuervo to the cart. Then here, we will be inputting Y as yes. And it automatically adds Jose Cuervo into the cart. So for the next example, let's input B, black label. Again, asking you on how many would we like to buy. So here, let's input 3 again. The subtotal of items here are indicated. And we are asked if we want to add black label into the cart. So now, let's input N. Do you want to bring back black label? Let's enter N. And it will ask us if we are sure to void order of the black label. So let's input yes, Y. And it will now ask on how many black label we will be removing. Let's enter the 3 orders that we entered, 3. Then it successfully removed the black label in the cart and show us the subtotal. So for the next transaction, let's now check out the orders by inputting the letter X. And from here, the program will ask us on how much we need to pay for the chosen items with the total amount indicated. indicated. So let's input an amount which we could buy the items. So let's enter 5,000. Then it will automatically print out the receipt of the orders with the name of the store, the location, and if there is available telephone number. It will also display the number of items and quantity of the products, the total amount, the amount paid, and the change that we will be receiving. Ending it with a word of thank you and please come again. So in this last scenario is what if we entered an insufficient amount of funds for the items that we are buying. So for example, we are buying items worth of 333.75 pesos. So let's enter it with 200 peso funds. As a result, it will notify the customer that the payment is insufficient and will automatically void the order. And that's all for our program. Thank you and the end.